Hi, and welcome to this 10-minute stretch video. This is a great practice to work into the beginning or the end of your workout, or maybe on a rest day, something to stretch yourself out between your active days. So we'll start in a child's pose. Take a moment to get settled, bringing your big toes together, sending your knees wide, and sitting your hips back. It might feel good to bring your hands together. Let your head rest on your hands, or you can walk your fingertips out, get really long, and start to breathe deeply. Just a few moments here. Like with all really good stretching practices, it's nice to come into a deep breath. So take a moment, find or create a very deep and steady breath. Inhale. And exhale. Take two more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Big breath in. And full breath out. Make your way up onto your hands and knees. With your fingers spread wide, press the ground away, cat pose into your spine. Try to think about the really small actions that make this cat pose happen. So rather than just thinking cat and pushing your way there, bring your chin into your chest, lift your navel up to your spine, hollow out through your front body and round through your upper back by broadening your shoulder blades, by scooping your tailbone forward slightly. And then as you get ready for cow pose, do the same thing. Think about the small actions that help to create the larger cow pose. Press your inner thighs back, lift your tailbone towards the ceiling. You can drop your belly, your ribs down a little bit, and pull your chest, your heart forward. Look up and breathe in. Go ahead and keep that going. Exhale as you round in. Bring your chin to your chest, hollow out the belly, broaden your upper back and round. Inhale as you look up. Press your thighs back, lift your gaze up, and breathe in. Take another round. Exhale, small movements to make one big one. Inhale to look up. Alright, we're coming back to a flat back position here. Shake it out, just a little bit of looseness, releasing some tension in your neck with a few circles. And sitting back, coming to a puppy pose, knees about outer hip width apart. Walk your hands forward, out in front of you. Bring your forehead, chin, or chest to the ground. So you can kind of start at your forehead, so the least intense, and maybe work your way to your chin. And if that feels okay, without straining, without forcing it, you can bring your chest to the ground. And again, deep breaths here. Should feel like you're not forcing your way in, but able to breathe deeply and support the place you're at. 3 deep breaths. Feels good. All right, sliding forward, come all the way forward into your Sphinx pose here. All right, elbows under shoulders, toes reaching back. You should make sure that your elbows aren't tucked back by your ribs or too far out in front of you. Try to bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Just take a real moment to check that alignment, shoulders and elbows stacked. Reach your toes back, press your feet down. Breathe in. It feels like you're dragging your elbows and your hips together. Now, if you have tension in your low back here, you want to modify this a little bit. Pull your belly button away from the ground. Just a little bit of engagement to help support the places that might be holding tension. All right, look up to the sky. And again, 3 big breaths. Elbows and hips pulling gently towards each other. Minimize or monitor tension in your low back, navel drawing in. Why don't we all do that? Just draw your navel in a little bit, not the most you can, but supporting your extension. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lower it down. All right, so we spent the last few poses, come up onto your hands and knee, working into different shapes to stretch our spinal extension and cat pose, a little bit of flexion, same with our child's pose. Let's move down to our hips a little bit. Take your left foot, step it forward, and with both hands inside of your left foot, all right, shake out your hips a little bit here. Shake out your hips. All right, so want to be mindful that we're not pushing to our edge. Even if you're doing this at the very end of your workout as a cool down, still trying to keep yourself from just forcing your way to the edge. Let's warm up into this deeper stretch, okay? Inhale, open your left arm up to the sky, look up. Exhale, bring your left elbow all the way down to your right thumb. And it doesn't have to touch the ground, but it might. Open it up, inhale. Take it down low, exhale. Open it up, inhale. And take it down low, exhale. One more time, look up, reach up. And exhale. You might start to work your elbow or elbows down to the ground here. I'm going to continue to shake my hips out a little bit just so that it kind of feels good to me. I'm moving a little bit more into the joint where the joint space gets to be mobilized, stretched, and opened, right? Be mindful of those places where you are creating tension, where we want to be releasing tension. And it can be hard to feel because maybe we just think that feeling is, oh, the stretch, right? But you can avoid building tension and still get a very generous stretch, a very effective stretch. Take a deep breath in here. Side out, let it go. All right, come back up onto your hands and let's switch sides. Okay, bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Leaning forward into a lunge, shake things out a little bit. All right, rocking side to side. Forward and back, just some easy movement, giving you access to this space. Now, depending on when you're doing this, what part of your day, what you've just done, you might feel more open, more still warming up, and that's fine, right? Either way, try to build awareness so that you're not forcing to that edge again, right? I'm not just sinking in, I feel supported, I feel stable. Open your right arm up to the sky, look up, breathe in. Exhale, right elbow to your left thumb, dip it low. Right, maybe it's halfway, 3/4, maybe it's all the way to the ground. Back up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, elbow towards your thumb. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, take it low. Inhale, open it up. And you might be coming back to both hands, no need to force the depth again, or working your way down to your elbows. All right, I'm gonna keep moving, rocking, it feels good. You get that added bonus of making more space in the joint, accessing more space in the joint, but if it feels better just to be still, I'm not gonna stop you. All right, couple of breaths here. Try to reach the center of your chest, forward a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. You might have that tendency of letting your head kind of flop in. You're going to keep looking forward. Keep the extension through the upper back. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's come back up onto your hands. Come back to your hands and knees, please. All right, cross your ankles, sit back. Bring your feet together and your knees apart. All right, grab onto your feet, look up to the sky. This is a bound angle pose, folding in. All right, you don't have to go to your edge. Try not to really tensely pull yourself in. All right, you're using your hands just to gently guide you into the stretch. That should be more than enough. If you want more, okay, try pulling in just a little bit more. But after a few breaths here, it's time to let it go. See if you can walk your fingers forward and let gravity do the rest of the work. All right, pressing your feet together, your thighs go wide. Maybe your head falls in towards your toes here. If you have props or stuff with you, you can put blankets or blocks on your feet to let your head rest. Sometimes you can stack your hands to let your head rest. But we're not really focused with going as deeply as we can. This should feel, sustainable. You can be here. You can enjoy being here. You're not anxious to escape the pose. You want to stay here as long as you can. It's a really nice way to go into stretching. We start to feel every time we stretch, we're pushing to that edge, shaking, trembling, kind of activating a stress response. It starts to not be something we look forward to, right? If we can weave in these gentle stretches, easy stretches, I'm still definitely feeling it in my hips, through my low back, but I'm not forcibly moving into it. Take another breath here. All right, come on up. One of my favorites now. We're getting into our double pigeon pose. Big hip stretch now. Your left shin will be more or less parallel to the top edge of your mat, right? Your right shin will stack over your left shin. Now you can see here, right? My knee and ankle don't completely tap together. That's okay. Like I've been saying, I'm not gonna force it down. What I will do is start to breathe a little bit deeper. Just from breath, just from gravity, just from time spent here, I might start to feel that release of tension, that space open up. All right, so a couple choices. You can stay seated, hands next to your hips, sitting up tall, maybe using the lifting of your chest to bring a little bit more weight to the top knee, top thigh, right? You could try walking forward, fingertips out in front of you, bringing your chest towards your shin. You can see this is definitely making my hip go into more external rotation, more of a stretch in my hips. All right, maybe somewhere in between, holding onto your feet and working your way down. Trying not to be forceful. Remember, think about, can you stay in this pose indefinitely? You should feel like you don't want to leave when it's time to switch sides. You want to stay here. It feels that good. Take 2 more really deep breaths here. Walk it back in. All right, so hopefully you don't want to leave, but we're ready to switch sides. Let's take it to the other side. So your right shin will go on top and your left shin will stack over your right shin. All right, so remember all those choices you had, staying seated, going nowhere, breathing deeply. Really focus on making your breath deep so we don't have to be forceful in the stretch. Maybe bring your hands next to your hips, your thighs, sit up tall and hold it here. Shoulders down and back, spine extended, deep breaths. It might be that you walk your fingertips forward, and you can see just because my chest is leaning forward, it's bringing more weight to my left thigh. I'm getting more external hip rotation. The stretch is increasing. I can stay there, grab my feet, and gently guide myself in. Something like what I did, I worked my way through all three options. You can do that, or just stay where you are, settle and breathe. Looking for the feeling of the deep stretch, but your ability to maintain and sustain it there. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. All right, take your time. When you're ready, walk yourself back in. Oh, that always feels good. Okay, stretch your legs out in front of you. Shake them out. All right, let's get our big forward fold action here. Now, depending on how your hamstrings feel, how your back feels, you can approach this in a lot of ways. Your knees might be bent. Your legs might be extended. One thing we can all do is try to slide the bottom of, let's say, our butt back, where our butt and our thighs connect. It's going to give us more space to get our pelvic rotation to fold over with more space. So I'm going to roll to my right side, kind of pull my left hip back a little bit, roll to my right side, roll to my left, pull my right hip back a little bit. All right, now, hips back, I can sit up tall, breathe in. Last big fold here, exhale, fold in, reach forward, grab your feet, and guide yourself in. All right, like we did with that bound angle pose, I'm grabbing myself and pulling in a little bit, right? Then after a few breaths, I'm gonna let it go and see if I can maintain the fold without forcefully pulling myself in, right? Letting go of tension, breathing deeply. Let's take 5 deep breaths. Try to keep your big toes from rolling apart. This is going to encourage a little bit more broadening in your back, more space to fold in. See if you can spin your inner thighs towards the ground. So feel like your inner thighs are pressing down, even if your knees are bent. Another breath. Okay, friends, slowly roll yourself up. All right, and cross your ankles, rock over your feet. Here comes my little helper. We're gonna finish up, just like this in our happy baby as child's pose as our final pose, ending where we began. Take a big breath in and extend out to your child's pose. Stay here as long as you'd like. Ended up being just a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to the next time we get to stretch together. See you next time.